Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Karina, and today, as promised, I'm going to show you what the most essential eye brushes are. These are the brushes that I reach for the absolute most. I don't really think you need many more than this, especially if you're not a makeup artist doing work on clients and it's just for your own kit. Then stick to these 4 brushes and you'll pretty much have all your bases covered. So I'm gonna give you 4, and then I have 2 at the end that you can kind of pick between. So 4 brushes plus 1 more depending on kind of what looks you personally do. And this is just for if you're looking to build your eye brush kit up a little bit. My last video, I'll link it up above here, was on the 5 essential brushes you need, and you can just get away with doing all of your makeup looks with those 5 brushes, and I included a couple eye brushes in that one. But this video is going to be more focused on just for eyes, but I'm telling you, these are the ones I reach for the most, and you don't really need anything more than this. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you like simple, natural, and wearable makeup looks. Let's get on to the video. So the first brush, I mentioned it in my last video as well, it's an absolute essential. If you're only gonna have one eye brush, it would be this one, and it's just basically some kind of a blending brush. And you can do so many different things with this. I mean, mostly I use it for kind of starting my eye looks by applying color in my crease, but I'll also use this for all over the lid and kind of blending up. Basically, it's just to blend any look out. So there are a few different shapes. There's obviously many different brands. So I've got like a MAC 217. Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH32 is a little bit of a rounder style. It doesn't have the kind of flat part like the MAC does. The Morphe M433, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH35, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH36. They're all good blending brushes, but yeah, the MAC 217 is probably the first one I would pick to have in my kit as my blending brush. The next brush I've chosen, and something that I reach for often, is basically a blending brush, but just a little bit smaller than the one that I just showed you. So for example, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH37 or the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH40. So they're both kind of fluffy, but they're just a little bit smaller. So what I would use these for is if I wanted to layer colors. So if I did like a full wash of one color with the big blending brush, and then I would go in with this just to deepen out the outer corner, and I want it to be a little bit more precise. So it's a smaller brush that I can really just get into that kind of outer V. Or if you were doing like a cut crease or like just a little bit more of a defined crease look, you could go in with a darker color just to kind of keep the product to one area. So it's still a nice blending brush, but it's a smaller version than like the MAC 217. The third brush I've chosen is like a little smudging brush. So this is for if I was putting on a liner and I wanted to smudge it out, then this one is a lot more compact. I can just get right in there, right at the lash line, and smudge a liner out in a little bit more of a precise manner. It's also really nice to go in with product to smudge looks out under your eyes on the lower lid. That's pretty much all I use this for. You could use this for dipping it into a highlight and kind of just precisely placing that highlight right under your brow bone. You could also use this brush actually for dipping it into concealer and kind of carving out the brow bone a little bit more. But yeah, mostly I use it to smudge out eyeliner looks and to smudge out color like on the lower lash line. The fourth brush that I've chosen and that I reach for a lot is what I would kind of just call like an inner corner highlight brush. And this is going to be for obviously highlighting the inner corner of your eye. It's just a really small, nice brush that fits perfectly in that area. And you can also use it for if I want to drag the color just kind of on the inner part of my eye, not the corner, but just the inner part of the eyelid. I'll use something like this just to keep it like below my crease and just in that like inner corner V. Also, you could highlight your brow bone with this, but usually I just reach for it for the inner corner highlight. And I mean, I do that for almost every look that I'm doing or creating. So even though it's not like a super multi-purpose brush, I still need it in my kit because I reach for it every single day. All right, so those are my 4 essential eye brushes, and then from there, there's 2 more that I personally use a lot, but it kind of depends on what eye looks you do. So one of them is the MAC 263, which is just like an angled eyeliner brush. So if you do wear a wing quite often and you like to apply it with a angled liner brush, then obviously you would need this in your kit. But a lot of people just put wings on with like a felt tip eyeliner. I think that's probably more common, so you might actually not have a use for this. So the other brush that I would reach for if I wasn't gonna go for that one is, I really like this one. It's called the Domed Shadow Brush by Real Techniques. And it's kind of like a fluffy blending brush, but it's all synthetic bristles, and it is a little bit more dense than the first brush that I mentioned that I would use for blending. And what I use this the most for is cream products. So anytime I put on an eye base, like a MAC paint pot or any cream eyeshadow, whether I'm just wearing the cream eyeshadow by itself or I'm putting powder over top of it, I'll apply the cream with this. It just works so well to blend out cream products. I think it's because it is that synthetic fibers. So yeah, I'll just dip it right into my cream and I'll spread it out all over my lid. I also reach for this if I want to put on like a kind of liquid shimmer or glitter all over my lid. So yeah, basically just for any liquid products. I have this House Laboratories, it's like their glitter too. It starts as a liquid kind of shimmer glitter, but then it dries as like a powder eyeshadow would. So something like that, I would reach for this synthetic brush and then just do like a full wash over my eyelid. So yeah, I reach for this one a lot for basically any cream eye product. So that's basically it. That's pretty much all you would need for your eye kit. You can get away with those 4 plus 1 or just the 4 really. I get a lot of questions from my friends like what eye brushes should I buy, so I thought I would film this video for you because I have so many eye brushes, but these are really the only ones that I reach for constantly. So I hope that was helpful for you, and don't forget to watch my other video on which brushes to choose just for your entire collection. There's only 5 you really need. And let me know if you have any questions about brushes at all. I'll be happy to answer those in the comments below. And subscribe to my channel if you're into super natural, wearable, and simple makeup looks that you can use for every day, every occasion. I would love to have you here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.